Mike's Daily Podcast.
Thank you, Anka Train. Thank you, Uncle Yop. Yes, the show is called
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I haven't done a show in a while. Let me explain. Sometimes things start to tax your brain, and that's called work. And you invest a lot of your time to that thing. Twerking is fun. Because my name is Miley Cyrus. This is an old
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Old, outdated reference. Why did I just do that? I don't know. But the show is called
Mike's
Daily. Sometimes.
Podcast.
Always.
Yeah!
Thank you. I just have to tell you, and I just had a long conversation with someone else in radio who's been in radio for as long as I have been. In fact, he's been at the same station for close to 40 years, if not more. And we had this long conversation about just how crazy this world is these days. And I look outside of Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley, today, the last place on earth. And I see no air that I can breathe whatsoever. The birds, I don't know how they're flying. I don't know how anything is surviving in this climate here in California. It's pretty bad. And he said to me, this friend of mine, radio friend, Mike, this is what's going to happen. Every possible pestilence is happening this year in 2020. Next year, we'll be fine. Next year, everything, we're going to get it all out today, or it's this year. Next year will be perfect. And he wants to go to Disneyland. He goes to Disneyland a couple of times a year. He's not been able to go. Gosh, I don't remember the last time I went to Disneyland. It was so far back. There ain't no Star Wars town, no anything like that. No, it was just a little pile of mud in the middle of Anaheim. That's how long I've been. So here's today's podcast picture.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Basil the Boxer is in it. And it's from 6 years ago. And we were at Half Moon Bay. And Basil's birthday is coming up on the 18th. Lo and behold, that is on Friday. And I'm pretty sure Friday, if I can, I'm going to, or definitely the next weekend, I'm going to head over to Half Moon Bay and celebrate Basil. Because he loved Half Moon Bay, and this picture is of him there 6 years ago, having a fun time. See that picture now at MikesDailyPodcast.com. What a dog. If you're like, dogs, you have no idea. They can be such wonderful, amazing pets that invigorate your life. Hey, guess what? Chicken butt. No, guess what? Mike has a couple of calls that he needs to get to, some voicemails. And we're going to get to them now on the segment that is called
Burgermaster.
Baloney.
This nightmare of a show.
Oh my God!
Email for me-mail. And your calm and not so calm mess.
This is so exciting. We get to hear a phone call. Here it is right now. And you can call 336-MM Daily. 3 plus 3 equals 6. MM as in Mike Matthews. Daily as in what this podcast tries to be. Here we go.
Good afternoon, Mike. Maria from Jersey here. First time listener. I think you have a wonderful program and I really enjoyed it. Now, if I could please clarify something without offending you, Mike. I don't know about you, but here in Jersey, we say basil, not basil. It's basil, Mike. Don't matter if it's a leaf or a dog, it's basil. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I think you should change your dog's name. Also, I did not count how many times you said this, but you literally said experience and being too many times. A little suggestion here, Mike. You need to work on your wording, because if you don't work on your wording, then your wording can't work for you. Capiche? Okay. Gotta run, Mike. Looking forward to listening to more of your podcasts. I gotta go pick up some basil for my caprese salad. Have a good day, Mike.
Thank you, Maria. Hey, Maria, here's a tip. Never, ever, ever go to England. Because if you say Basil there, they'll be like, no, it's Basel. Get the hell out. Forthwith. And that's how they sound in England. That's a dead-on impression of that. I think she had some very, very good words for me to listen to as a human. And that is, if you don't work on your wording, your words will not be able to work for you. And that's very good, because I did say the word experience and being very often in the last podcast. So much so that I called that podcast Being. And let me say that I did have to say those words very often, because that was my whole point, was we don't pay much attention to the fact that we are human beings and things are happening to us, being done to us often, and we are experiencing them. And there, I will not say those words again, for apparently it's grating on some people. Hey, we got another message, and I think we should probably listen to this one too. Another one, a part of our very long emails from email and your comment, not so comments. Here we go. This is another one.
Lace up. No, I'll be right there. I just got to do the podcast program for a second. One minute. Hold on. Hello? Am I on the radio? Oh, no, I'm just leaving a message. That's right. This is Laura from Long Island. I just wanted to say that I'm a big fan of Mike's Daily Podcast. It's a great program. Also, I wanted to say I love the last episode with the sound effects. Oh, my God. He was doing the sound effects, and then it was masking what he was saying. It was beautiful. I loved it. Also, Benicia sounds beautiful. I don't know why people are getting upset. You talk about Benicia. It's a beautiful place. I had a question. What's your favorite place to go to in all of California? See, I've only been to the city. We call that, the city is Manhattan. Okay, I live in Long Island, so I only go to the city on my days off. Anyway, I also love Valentino, the parking attendant, because he sounds like my girlfriend's sister's best friend's husband. Yeah, it's very similar. There's very similarities there. I wonder if they're related. Anyway, I gotta go get my nails and my hair done. Cheryl's gonna help me out. I gotta go over to the house a little bit around 1 o'clock. All right. Well, listen. I'll talk to you then. Thank you, and keep doing the podcast. It's great. And Mike's Daily Podcast. Yeah, I love it. I'll talk to you soon, honey. Bye bye.
He sang the song. Mike's Daily Podcast. There, did you hear that? Wow, that's wonderful. Manhattan. Representing. A lot of East Coast people calling 336 Daily. East Coast representing. Apparently, he really liked the sound effects. Thank you, Laura. I guess his name was Laura. Oh, that was a woman? I don't know. Who knows anymore with gender and whatnot? Gender's so fluid. Let's take a look at Laura, for example. Laura's a guy, now he's a woman, now he's a guy, now he's not either one, now he's announcing his gender and he's starting a fire in San Bernardino. That was a reference to a news story last weekend. Craziness in this world. Well, I woke up today at 4 a.m. and I wake up every day at 4 a.m. and I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m., but thoughts about my job creep into my brain and wake me up. Here's the thing. We all need to disengage from work. We need to disengage. Disengage. Did I say the word disengage too much? Should I make the words work for me now? How about I use a different word other than disengage? How about disconnect? There. Now we've used a multitude of words. Now I won't say words anymore. In fact, I will say palabras instead. Don't use crutch words. Don't use the same word over and over. Mike's Daily Podcast. Here's the thing. Here's the cosas. Is that aquí? And that is You got to just let go. Oh. The problem is I have a job that basically I'm on call all the time. People, actually people have been listening to my podcast and going, wow, Mike doesn't like it when people call him on the weekend or text him on the weekend. But you can always call me at 336MM daily. That's fine. But the thing is, and this is the cosas, this is the, shoot, what's the German word for thing? I have to Google that real quick. Those are the only languages I know, by the way, is a little bit of German. I used to know a little bit of French, and then I forgot that. So it is more difficult for me to disengage from my job and let it go and leave it and, move on and enjoy my weekend and go home, turn off my brain, because at 4 o'clock in the morning, it wakes me up no matter what, and I'm thinking about work, and it's not good. So I will work on that, and I will work on my wording, and we will make a better planet for ourselves, because we're doing all that together. Hey, we're outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valleyton, the last place on earth. Let's say hi to some people.
Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, software advisor. I think you need to let go of everything, Mike Matthews. You should just let go and live off the grid.
Oh! Have you done that?
Yeah, I did it for like a minute. I didn't like it.
Well, see? It's not that easy to do. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere, the engineer. It sounds like people like Valentino, the parking attendant. Yeah. But I'm sure they like you guys, too. Yeah, I think somebody called in last week or something. Because I'm Floyd the Floorman! Yes, you are. There's floors that need floor people to take care of them, and that's what Floyd's for. Thank you, Floyd. Don't mention it! Can you let go of your work, though? Let it go and not think about it anymore? Disconnect? Yeah! Good. Because, folks, that's what we need to do. And I'm going to very quickly, if I can ever get to Google, I know how difficult it is to get to Google. But for some reason on my computer here, outside a cafe anyway, which is clogged, all jammed full of smoke from everything, it is not calculating and translating what I needed to do. Can you help me? Oh, wow. I just went to that little part of the page on the Google, and now they have a podcast thing you can click on. Of course, what are the podcasts that pop up? Joe Rogan Experience, of course. Always, because that's a top one. And then the Daily from the New York Times. And then TED Talks. And then the Stuff You Should Know podcast, and then Planet Money. All right. 2 of those are NPR-related shows. Joe Rogan's got a huge following. I'm not even about to bash him, but... And then kudos to New York Times and Michael Barber for doing his show. I'm not going to say I'm ultra-conservative, but I ain't as liberal as the Daily. Oh, my. Sometimes I listen to that show, and I'm like, really? You're making a story out of this? You're spending 30 minutes talking about this? Okay. And TED Talks... TED Talks. TED Talks is like people go with the man buns going, man buns. With the buns in the hair, those are called man buns, aren't they? Or are they the behinds of men? Whatever, you take your pick. But they often go something to the effect of, why do we bathe this much? We shouldn't shower. Why do we shower so much? Why don't we pay attention to the micro skin biome on our bodies? We shower entirely too much, and we should just let it go and disconnect from work and disengage. That's how I started Airbnb. There used to be the translator thing on, there it is, Google Translate. Okay, because apparently Bing doesn't know how to do it. So I'm going to take the word thing. I'm going to translate it to Arabic. No, to German. Here we go. Ding! Thing is ding? Really? In German? Let's go to the tape. Let's find out exactly how they say ding in German.
Ding.
How?
Ding.
One more time?
Ding.
One more time.
Ding.
Did you notice the second time I played it, she said it differently? One more time.
Ding.
Okay, one more.
Ding.
Da da da.
Ding.
Da 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 da.
Ding.
Da 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 da.
Ding.
Da da da.
Ding.
Da 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 da. That was my little song to wrap up today's show. Next show, it'll be the wonderful Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster. Maybe we'll get some more calls, huh? Maybe that'll happen. Maybe I'll get my girlfriend a couch. She wants a couch. She wants a couch because she's a therapist, and she needs, as a therapist, you need a couch, right? If you're a psychologist, you do the therapy, you're talking psychology, somebody's got to be on it. It's very Freudian. So she wants a couch, but that means I need to get rid of my wonderful, small, full-size bed that has a really nice mattress I got from Costco. So if you need a little bed set, I guess there's going to be one Mike's going to be giving away here on his podcast. Just let me know. 3 + 3 = 6. MM is a Mike Matthews. Daily isn't what this podcast is. Beware of waking up at 4 a.m. Find some kind of activity to do at 4 a.m. if you wake up. It's 3 a.m. I must be lonely. Give Rob Thomas a call. Take a walk around the block. But don't just sit there and let yourself be awake. Do something with the awakenedness. And be careful of idiot confidence. What does that mean? I think you know. Be careful of that. Because that's a thing. All right. It's not a thing. It's a
thing.
Anyway, Cafe Anyway, thanks for listening.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MikesDailyPodcast.com. Email Mike now at MikesDailyPodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.
That was episode 2121. 2121. 2121, it's like a blackjack poker thingy, and when you are able to drink here in California. Oh, hey, and don't forget tomorrow morning, Sunday, yes, from 9 a.m. until about 4 p.m., you'll be able to hear me on the website, kkdv.com. There's more details about that at my website, MikesDailyPodcast.com.